So coming into this DLC, I had really high expectations. I thought this update was going to cost around 50 to 100 million, and clearly I was very wrong by this because one, when the DLC did get released, there was barely any vehicles. There was like about 4 or 5 you could actually buy, but all the rest that were either shown in the trailer or released by leakers, they weren't in the game, and clearly they're going to be drop feeded. Now obviously you clicked on this video to get the review of what I thought about the Nightclub and is it worth buying. Now I will say one good thing about this update, and it's the fact that the Nightclubs actually don't cost that much. I think the first one starts at about $1 million and works your way up to about 1.7 million just for the Nightclub alone. So it's not really that much considering what all the other properties were, like the facility, like the bunker, like the hangar, and all those other facilities costed so much money. So the Nightclubs are actually kind of cheap. Now to buy the most expensive Nightclub with all its upgrades and all that only costs us about $5 million, which is kind of cheap. If you think about it, if you buy the most expensive office in the game, it is going to cost you about $16 million. So it is a big comparison compared to the Nightclubs, which are way cheaper. Now getting on to my next point for this video, and this is the fact the setup. Now setting it up will cost you a bit of money because you do have to pay for technicians, which I will go into and explain in the second. And also the second thing that will probably cost you a little bit of money is upgrading it as well, so then supplies come in faster. And the third thing it will cost you in, now if you do already have these properties, it won't affect you at all, but for new players it probably will. But the properties you will need is like a weed, a cocaine, a meth, all those kind of businesses you will need for this because it basically runs off it. Now with technicians, they do cost you money as well having them, because the fact is if you do hire them, they will cost you about $100,000, possibly even more depending on what one you do get. But if you do have a weed, a counterfeit cash, any kind of those businesses, you will need to have them. They basically run your business for you, they bring in the supplies for you, and all you need to do with this Nightclub business is basically sell all the supplies once they come in. Now this comes into upgrading it. If you upgrade it, obviously they will bring in the supplies faster. Now the upgrades you can get for this is such as equipment upgrade, staff upgrade, and security upgrade. These are all very important because this is what runs your Nightclub and makes it more faster, and more money will come in with this. And also security is good, so then you don't get anyone stealing all your product or anything. So my next point for this video is income, and as you already know, I did explain the one way you can already make income, and that is through your old business. Now the second part of the Nightclub business is basically just all about promoting your Nightclub. So you go around and do certain missions, such as there's this mission where you go around on a blimp and it says Solomon on it, and basically you go around promoting that he is at your Nightclub. Now I'm sure there's different missions with different vehicles, but this is the one I got. Now this is a good way to make money because basically if you do this mission, down the bottom of your screen in your Nightclub it will say save and how much money you earned from doing that one mission, because you're getting your popularity up more. And basically when you get like $10,000, you can go over to your safe, which is around in your Nightclub, and you can get the $10,000 out of that. So that's a really good way of making money as well. Now my third point for this video is storage. Now I'm glad Rockstar did this in this update. Is the fact is when you do buy your Nightclub, you can add heaps of garage space. So basically I think you can buy 4 levels, and on all 4 levels you can have up to 10 car space. This is absolutely amazing because we have not had a garage like this since import and export, which was about 2 years ago when we got the 60 car garage level. Now I do know this is not 60 car spaces, but it is 40, so it is really good. Now my very last point for this video is the fact that we can actually dance. Now there's an actual place to actually party, and that in GTA 5 Online we have not had this, and people have wanted Nightclubs for years and we finally have got them. Now to give a quick summary, is the Nightclub really worth buying or not? Well, it all comes down to owning those businesses. If you do not own the CEO warehouse or the biker businesses or the bunker or any of those businesses in general, it is not worth buying the Nightclub because the Nightclub runs off those businesses basically. But if you do own them, I definitely think it is worth buying. Maybe wait a bit to buy it, because the fact is right now there's no really DJs. There's only one DJ in the game, and that is Solomon. All the other DJs have not been released yet, but I do know in the next month each one's going to be released every week. So I think the last one's going to come in August 14th. So it is definitely worth buying, but I don't think it's worth buying right now considering not all the content is out for the Nightclub.